Hello, Bin Bin. Hello, Shram. Hello, everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Bin Bin, I'm passing the host to you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, Akash. Bin Bin, I've added a few agenda just so that we provide quick updates for our external partners. So I just want to see if there's anything that we can unblock their PRs. So I'm just like for the first one, additional environment variable is just an active PR in the queue. Feynman let us know that he will join a little bit late, so we can leave the onboarding status check and the multi-arc discussion till later once we have PM to help us with prioritization of these items.
Yeah, that makes sense. We can wait another maybe 1 or 2 minutes for more people to join. Okay, let's start. So Feynman would be a bit late for the meeting, so we can first go through other items. Firstly, we have the this PR. Let me bring it up. Okay. Okay. So for this PR, it tries to address this issue that allow additional environment variables to the Ratify container. And the change is pretty straightforward. It just add a new environment value in the values manifest, and then you just go through every environment variable and add to the container. I think we already discussed it in the last PR meeting. The only concern is that the new environment variables might be conflict with other existing variables, like the ratify log level. If we pass the same thing, if we pass the same variable, we need to confirm it will not overwrite the existing value.
Yeah, Bin Bin, the author commented
Okay.
5 hours ago. So basically, I think his finding is the last one will win. Yeah, I thought it would be good if we just take a look at his response and discuss any concerns. Generally, with external contribution, we want to unblock them as much as possible and provide quick updates.
Okay, so that means the latter one would take the actual value.
Yeah. And do we have any concerns with this behavior?
Uh, I think it makes sense because we want to keep the backward compatibility. So I feel it makes sense if we have the existing environment variable have the actual value.
Yeah, cool. And
Okay,
then yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, in his implementation, did he put the new block of environment variables at the top of the list or at the bottom of the list?
I think it's at the top. Let me check.
Yeah, it's at the
Yes.
top.
Okay. Great. I think that's what we want, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So basically, we are good with this change, but probably for the version change, I think it should be removed in this PR.
Right, yeah. I think he said he's okay to maintain a local copy of the Helm chart. So I guess at this point, there's no ask for a new release.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we are good on this PR.
Yes, thanks.
Okay, next CSF onboarding. I think we need to wait for Feynman to join. And this one is
Yeah,
okay.
I added this one to the discussion item because this is like a old item that you opened up, Binbin. And I
Yes.
understand like Auras is working, like actively working on multi-arc support in the 1.3 release. So I just want to check with E, what is Ratify's plan in supporting multi-arc images, because like in this discussion thread, we will need integration with Gatekeeper, like we need to have a way to identify like what is the architecture, whatnot. But I just thought since Auras is actively working on this scenario, it's time for us to revise. It's currently in the future milestone. E, do you know if we got any customer ask about validating multi-arc images?
I think this is a scenario to be discussed. So currently, I think most users they just assign the payload that the descriptor retrieved from the image index, not individual architecture image. And also, from verification point of view, is to validate the signature signed for the index file. So, but this is an open question we need to discuss later whether we should decide each individual architecture image as well and verify it. I think for the ORAS support multi-arc images, we can wait for the spec to be ready, which Feynman is working on. Then we can see whether we have something to do from Ratify side.
Got it. Do we have any, like, so Auras support after Auras support multi-arc images, are there any work on notation side that's needed?
Currently, no. The scenario I just mentioned, whether it is enough for the image index or we should assign each architecture image, it is open question, not
Got it,
not
got it.
discuss
Okay.
the yeah. Yes.
Okay, so this item remains as like an unplanned status
Yeah,
for
I think
Ratify.
I think we need to wait before Dot project and ours is ready. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for the info.
Hey Susan, hey everyone, just joined
Perfect.
and catch up the things that you are discussing. So it seems like the support of mutating multi-arc images in Ratify depends on the Aura's work, like the Aura's Go library or something that you are looking for. I would like to figure out what you are talking about right now and what is the dependencies here.
Oh, yes. So since Auras is actively working on this area, I thought just to bring this up again, on like if there's any plan for Ratify or any customer ask in this area for Ratify, as Akash was mentioning on the thread, we don't have a good way to pass that information, like what architecture are we validating? So there's going to be investigation required from like Gatekeeper and Ratify to figure the scenario out, if we ever want to enable this scenario in the future. Just
Okay.
summarized that at the moment there's like Auras is working on the feature, and the signing experience, whatnot, is still like open question to be discussed. So there's no action item for Ratify right now.
Okay, I'm kind of looking at the HackMD proposal written by Akash maybe 2 years ago. It's about the Ratify image platform selection. So maybe we need to figure out the scenarios and the valid use cases here regarding validating the multi-arc images in Ratify. But I do agree that multi-arc images have been quite popular among Microsoft internal and the industry. That's the reason that we are currently working on the multi-arc image management functionalities in Auras and help users to create, update, and annotate a multi-arc image, or we say manifest list. Are we expecting to write us back to elaborate more on the scenarios regarding validating the multi-arc images in Ratify?
No plans for now. I think it's what the conclusion is.
So we will not do it in the 1.4 release.
No, but definitely we needed to maybe prioritize it for the release after 1.4, especially we needed to figure out what is the expected behavior for signing multi-arc images, whether it's index or each individual images, and also as Akash commented in the chat, there will be other artifacts attached to arc specific image, right? So how to pull the right arc image and also validate those artifacts is also important. We need to pick up this soon, I think.
Okay, I got it. Thank you for the clarifications.
Do you think we should put it in the 1.5 release for now? At the moment, it's in the future.
Um, 1.5, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I created a 1.5 milestone just to
Okay.
separate the items that we think may
Yeah.
have higher priority than future.
Yeah,
And then
we
when
can put
we
it,
finish
yeah,
1.5, we can triage again.
yeah. I think at
Okay.
least it is very near future, right? For the future milestone, normally it's a backlog. Yeah, we can put it to 1.5. Yeah.
Okay, let's move to the next item. We can go back to the CNCF onboarding items. Please, yeah. We
Yeah,
Okay.
Feynman, I thought if you are able to provide an update on I think the two things we previously discussed was one, the telemetry for the website. And the other one, I think there's some discussion around like we need to move the Ratify meeting to the CNCF calendar. Is that also in progress?
Yeah, the first one is in progress, but it's currently blocking by our internal discussions. Actually, the Ratify website is hosting on our Days Lab or Microsoft Netlify account. We have to transfer that account from Days Lab to CNCF. Then we will get the telemetry and the metrics of the website from Netlify, and also track it on Ratify side. I sent an email to Bridget last month, at the end of last month, and it seems we need further discussions to finalize that conversation with Bridget and Lucky, because they are the owners of the previous Days Lab Netlify account. I can continue to follow up with Lucky and Bridget. The second work item related to move our meetings to CNCF Zoom account. This is not started yet. I need to submit a ticket to CNCF and request them to create a dedicated Zoom account for us, just like how Notary Project and Auras works right now. Then we can use a new Zoom account to create dedicated meetings and links for Ratify.
Yeah, sounds good. One of the features that I really want is having the dedicated Zoom account that have a connection to the YouTube feature where you can go live and the meeting can get auto recorded. At the moment, because of how the permissions are set up under the Azure Upstream YouTube channel,
I see.
that
I
this
see.
process is manual, but we'll just keep that in mind. Like once we change our Zoom account, we should have this YouTube integration also enabled.
Oh, I see. I am familiar with this process because we set up the auto streaming process for Notary Project and Auras. So we also need to set up a dedicated Ratify YouTube channel so that it can be associated with Ratify Zoom account. Then we
Got
don't
it.
need to manually upload the recordings to YouTube in the future. So I understood the ask here.
Yeah,
Let me
are there any
continue.
other high priority items on the onboarding list?
Let me check it out.
And have we completed any so we can like tick them off as we go?
For the last two, transfer trademark and logo assets, currently we don't have a very completed logo assets. We just have an icon. So I think we may need ask CNCF to help us redesign the logo and the Ratify logo, I mean, and
Oh, really?
register
Okay.
the trademark. We only have an icon, if you remember.
Oh, what is the
And
difference between an icon and a logo? We have the logo, right?
we have the icon. Icon means the only graph part. We don't have any text along with the icon. Icon means the graph part.
Okay. So trademark also include text. All right. So
Correct.
if we don't have complete assets, does that mean we don't have to transfer any? We can just mark that as done.
I think so. But we will
Okay.
need to ask CNCF to help us design a brand new logo. We can reuse the previous icon.
Got it. Is that also like a ticket process? Like, will you be creating a ticket for this payment?
There should be maybe should be another ticket, but I can continue to follow up with this.
Got it. But I think that one is like not high urgency, right?
I think so. The highest priority should be transferring the domain to CNCF and also move our account, our meeting account from upstream to a dedicated Ratify account so that we can automate the live streaming process and uploading the meeting recordings to YouTube.
Do we have a deadline for the migration?
I mean the website transferring.
I think for all of them.
For this checklist, I don't receive any hard deadline to complete
Okay.
all of these things because we and CNCF both are working on this checklist. But I think
Okay.
it would be better that we can complete them as early as possible, so we don't need to check it and back and forth.
Okay, gotcha. So, okay, so basically we need to migrate our like email account first, and also we need to file tickets for to design a new trademark, and also transfer our domain. And what about
Correct.
this item? The do you know what is the written open governance?
This one, I think they are pointing to adding governance guidance to Ratify community.
Okay, and remember we already have a governance doc. Does that qualify the CNCF one?
I think we did a minimal viable version on the ratify.github repo last time. And I think the item here is we need to revisit the CNCF governance guiding principles and see if there are any best practice and governance guidance that we need to land it on the Ratify side.
Okay. Ouch. Yeah. Yeah, we can follow up later. Yeah, thanks for following up, Raymond.
I don't think we can track all the threads all at once. Payment for let's say for this month, which ones are we focusing on? So the higher priority ones are the transferring the domain, right?
Yeah, I would say the second section, contribute and transfer, would be the highest priority. And for the third part, update and document, this is not that higher priority than the second part because the third part we can complete them by ourselves, but the second one we have to rely on our internal stakeholders and CNCF to help us transfer these things. They have a bunch of dependencies outside, so I think maybe we can complete the complicated one, the second part, contribute and transfer.
Yeah, sounds good. So for the Zoom account, the action item is to open up a ticket, CNCF ticket. And for the transfer domain, sorry, I didn't keep track. What is the action that we need to do here?
For the transferring the website, the action here is that we need to ask the previous owner, maybe Bridget or Lucky, to transfer the domain and update the DNS to CNCF. Then CNCF will be able to add the website analytics and also host the website on their Ratify. Does it make sense?
Yeah, got it. And are you following up with them through an internal email? Is that the plan,
We
Fabian?
have we had an ongoing email discussion last month, but I didn't follow it up last time. I think I need to continue follow up and ask Bridget or Lucky to take an action on it.
Yeah, sounds good. So I've just put in the meeting notes that maybe for October, we will focus on these two items, like have the transfer domain and open a ticket on CNCF to create a dedicated Zoom account for Ratify. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you. I've updated the notes.
Yeah. For the third part, update and document, I may need more maintainers to help since there might be several new documents landed on the Ratify side, especially for the open governance. But this is not
governments.
Yeah. This is not that higher. This is not that high priority at the moment.
Got it. Yeah, I'll take a look at what is the requirement there. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. We have CIR design. And Junchen, did you add this item?
Oh, I actually added it
Okay.
because I saw Jungcheng posted some comments just like yesterday. So I just want to make sure we're moving this along as we close on the design so we can start the implementation. Like wondering, Jungcheng, do you have anything you want to discuss while everyone is on the call?
Actually, I just answered the questions previous post during the vacation. Resolve comments from Akash and Susan for like most of the comments have been resolved, and currently we're pending on a estimation work item list and sample from the AQV provider. So with these two parts get filled, we'll be able to make this public available. I will publish this PR, I mean.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. I can bring further discussion offline. Yeah.
So there's no more like major comments on this design. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool. And review the latest artifacts. Okay. Great. Also for another do we have new comments?
Oh, hi. Yes, I added this one just to let people know that Asaf have added the updates that we requested. So he provided 2 implementation options. So just to let everyone know that this is again ready for review.
Okay, so we can review it offline.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, thank you for bringing that. Okay, next one, merge change from dev to main. Yeah, I just checked the status. It seems everything will pass. Let me check. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to remind us to we cannot click the squash and merge button. We need to enable the other create commit option. Don't know, Binbin, if you want to do it together. It's
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
maybe you wanna
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
yeah.
Now, okay. And
Yeah, I see E have a question.
Yes, my question is, what's the meaning of this PR? Does it impact how I contribute the PR to the dev or main branch?
Yes, so we release from the main branch. Our PR process is like we will take from personal fork to dev branch, and then we run like a more basic end-to-end integration test with like kind clusters. And this dev to main requires cloud specific test, like the AKV integration and Azure Kubernetes cluster integration validations, which are more expensive and time consuming. So that's why we have a two-phase check-in. And for the personal fork to dev, we want to merge the commit. But for dev to main, we want to make sure we don't accidentally squash the commits into one, which is why we have this process, like, because we've made this mistake a couple of times in the past, so now we're doing it in a community meeting or a community PR meeting, so we have more eyes on which option we're going with. So right now, Binbin have chosen, Binbin, can you just make sure you've got the right option ticked?
yes, create a merge commit.
Yeah, okay, looks good. Let's merge this.
Okay.
Thank you. Does that answer the question, E?
From the if I want to create a PR, so it is still goes to the dev first, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
And for this past couple of weeks, we've had issues with the like Azure policy blocking our constraint template on the cluster. So Binbin, after we applying the tag, we haven't seen that happening. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I've let Charles know that we are unblocked.
Cool. So yeah, we have discussed all items on board. Does anyone have more topic to discuss?
I had one question that I wanted to bring up because this is not strictly related to the CRL design, but I did leave a comment on the design doc for that. How have we thought about how we're going to deal with network isolated clusters in the future? So we're going to be reaching out to a CRL endpoint that may not be whitelisted in your firewall rules and things like that. What is kind of the guidance there? Or maybe this is more of a notary project question.
Hey, and Shui, and Vima, can you help answer this question? I feel it would apply to the notation as well.
Yeah, currently, I think we didn't support that. I mean, we means the notary project. Currently, the only the basic CRL function is implemented, and previously we also discussed how to load the CRL if they are separated network or some restrictions that user can load offline CRL list to the system, but that part is not designed yet. I'm not sure this answer your question. Maybe Shirley also can also comment on this.
So basically there are multiple workaround. So I think the first one is to just turn the revocation to something like log or skip. And another workaround is that you can just per cache the CRLs in the cache, so that the notation can load the CRLs from the cache instead of fetching from the outside the network.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. But in general, the CRL endpoint is fairly fixed. So if a user was needing to set up like a private endpoint or something like that, they would know it would be limited in the number of endpoints they would have to whitelist potentially, right? It's not like that list could keep on growing.
The CRL endpoint is fixed in the cert. So if the verifier knows the cert, of course they know, and they can inspect the certs and they can find the CRL endpoint there.
Okay, makes sense. Thanks.
Yeah, but this is also a good question. Actually, even we have a workaround or we plan some other implementations, at least we should document the scenario and the guide for the user to be aware of this. I think maybe we can, I think from notary project point of view, we have some action items for CRL, which will not be implemented in the upcoming release. But the question that Akash you just asked, I think it is not. I mean, it is not tracked yet. I think I will create an issue in Notary project for tracking this scenario and the documentation.
Thank you for bringing that, Akash.
Okay. So that's all this meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Bingbing.
Bin
Thank
Bin.
you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bingbing. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.